The current 4th generation Jeep Grand Cherokee is a 5-passenger mid-size SUV that's existed since the 2011 model year without a major redesign.
Apparently an all-new Grand Cherokee is in the works based on the Alfa Romeo Stelvio platform, but in the meantime, is there a good reason to buy this version?
Actually, yes, starting with its road manners. I know Jeeps are known for radical off-roading, and the Jeep Grand Cherokee can certainly do that.
But in a suburban context, ride quality and handling confidence reflect a premium sensibility. Also, dangerous weaving.
That aura of civility makes the Grand Cherokee a recommendable steed for lengthy adventures.
If asked to scrutinize the drive experience, I would note thick pillars that somewhat inhibit outward visibility and steering that's a little bit sensitive off-center, somewhat inhibiting stability during high-speed cornering.
Nonetheless, the Grand Cherokee moves with unexpected refinement, especially considering its age. For propulsion, a 3.6-liter V6 comes standard with either rear or four-wheel drive.
It can tow up to 6,200 pounds and offers punchy enough acceleration for most drivers' needs, though I will note that acceleration from a stop can feel a little bit jumpy, especially with the automatic engine start-stop system working. That's how you communicate.
There are other engines we'll get to momentarily, but the primary choices include a 3-liter EcoDiesel V6 that can tow a hefty 7,400 pound max, and a swift 5.7-liter V8 paired exclusively with four-wheel drive. Fuel economy peaks with the 3-liter diesel, decreasing inversely as displacement and power figures increase. Regardless of engine, all Grand Cherokees feature an 8-speed automatic transmission. With all that mechanical stuff out of the way, let's explore the interior. Stylistically, there's room to contemporize, but the cabin has a soft, functional appeal.
In front, I like symmetrical armrests. I like how easy it is to get a nice, comfy driving position. And passenger space is more than adequate. What I dislike is plastic that goes squeak when you touch it, not that you're ever going to be touching the gauge cluster, and stitching here on the steering wheel that is slowly wearing my thumbs down the nubs. Magically appear in back, and I'm treated to reasonable spaciousness and reclining rear seat backs. From a visibility standpoint, this super thick C-pillar isn't great, but who am I fooling? I'm going to be looking at Instagram, not out there. A self-promotional activity supported by 2 USB ports and a 3-prong outlet included on most trims. Let's charge this baby up. I'll see you on the Insta.
Whether you prefer antiquing or spelunking, the Grand Cherokee's sizable cargo area pays dividends. Clear this high liftover, and there's a roomy, if not quite class-leading, 36.3 cubic feet to explore. Dropping the rear seats unleashes a total of 68.3 cubic feet, though that task would be easier if there were seat releases in the cargo area. Inside, small items can hide inside tight door bins, an average-sized glove box, an overhead sunglass holder, and 2-tier center console storage. And now, let's cover the many variants of Grand Cherokee. Strap in. There's a decently equipped base Laredo trim, the fancier but still attainable Limited trim, this sweet Limited X trim with its aggressive fascias, vented hood, 20-inch wheels, and black accents, the rugged Trailhawk, yes sir, those are red hooks. There's a sporting SRT trim that'll run from 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds, and finally, the utterly outrageous Trackhawk. Lingering just a moment, the Trackhawk's $88,000 starting price is easily justified by 15.75-inch front rotors squeezed by 6-piston calipers, properly aggressive styling throughout, and a 707 horsepower supercharged 6.2-liter V8, making the Trackhawk a comparative bargain as the most powerful and likely quickest SUV ever sold. Seriously, 707 horsepower. Back to reality, along with roughly $1,500 in destination charges, a base rear-wheel drive Laredo trim has an MSRP around $33,000 and includes dual-zone automatic climate control, blind spot monitoring, 7 airbags including a driver's knee airbag, smart key access with push-button start, rear parking sensors, 2 USB ports, and a 7-inch Uconnect infotainment interface.
All other trims include an 8.4-inch screen, but regardless of size, I love Uconnect's simple screen layouts, snappy response times, and modern smartphone integration via Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Explore higher trims or the option roster for fancy add-ons like a power liftgate, heated front and rear seats, adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, automatic emergency braking, impressive automatic parking abilities, and an air suspension that affords up to 10.8 inches of ground clearance. There's also a variety of four-wheel drive systems to consider. The Laredo trim offers a basic single-speed, full-time four-wheel drive setup, but the available Quadra Track 2 system adds a 2-speed transfer case, hill descent control, and a 5-mode traction management system to the mix. For more serious off-roading, Quadra Drive 2 incorporates a traction-enhancing electronic limited-slip rear differential. Lastly, complementing the quicker steering, adaptive dampers, and perfectly tremendous horsepower figures of the SRT and Trackhawk is a full-time four-wheel drive system that can electronically send up to 70% of the engine's torque to the rear tires. Sporty! Where the two-row mid-sized SUV competitive set is concerned, the Nissan Murano, Ford Edge, and Subaru Outback each offer comparable cargo space and lower starting prices versus the Grand Cherokee, but also less base horsepower. Meanwhile, the latest generation Toyota 4Runner is more expensive and even older than the Grand Cherokee, but it has serious off-road skills on its side, with outstanding resale values to match. Then there's Honda's new 5-passenger Passport, based on the Honda Pilot, which definitely won't match the Jeep's off-road prowess, but will undoubtedly win sales through its newness, perceived reliability, and those sweet H badges. Ah, that's how people know it's a Honda!
It might be getting old, but refined road manners, genuine off-road abilities, and a delightfully excessive range of variants should keep the Grand Cherokee relevant until an all-new model arrives. But Jeep, I wouldn't wait too long.